Okay, so just make sure you've got a surface that's quite soft because we're going to be on our knees quite a bit for this sequence. So just start off in an all fours tabletop position, and we're just going to bring the right leg up in between the hands, and you can extend the left leg back a bit further just to get that bit of length in towards your left thigh. Framing your right foot roughly, and then just draw the chest forward as you sink the hips a little bit closer to the floor. And then as you maybe breathe out, draw the right hip back and just explore straightening the leg. It might fully straighten, it might not. You can keep a little bit of knee bend here. We're just going to do this a few times. So you might work this into your breath. So you might breathe in to come forwards into the lunge, and then breathe out just to pull back and straighten. Just do a few of these. So this is lengthening out your front of left thigh, and it's lengthening out the hamstrings on the right leg. Now next time we're in the lunge position, we're going to stay with the knee bent. You can either stay here or you could come a little higher and just place the hands onto the thigh. Encourage the hips a bit closer to the floor so your body weight's more stacked above the left hip flexor area now. Have a little tuck of the tailbone as well, just so you're not dumping into the low back. And then just bring the hands back down and then draw the right hip back. Again, so exploring that straighter leg. Again, if the leg's fully straight, you could flex the foot and point the toes upwards. And you can also, as you gain flexibility, you could explore folding in closer to the shin over time. So there's sort of scope to improve here. And then just lift away, bend the knee, we'll take the right leg back, and then we'll just repeat with the left leg. So bring the left leg forwards, check that the right knee is far enough back so you get that sense of lengthening down the front of the left thigh, framing the left foot, draw the heart forwards, and we'll find that little bit of a movement here. So just inhale while you're in the lunge shape, and then exhale, pulling back, just exploring getting into that left hamstrings a little bit there. So again, let's just work through a few rounds. Next time we've got a bent left leg, we're just going to hold the lunge a little bit longer, drawing the chest forwards, sinking the hips. And then you might just come up again like we did the other side, just bring the hands perhaps onto the thigh, encouraging the hips to be square. So try not to let the hip flare out to the side. And then take the hands back down, and then we'll straighten the left leg out. We'll hold here a few rounds of breaths. Again, you can have the foot flexed, you can have it more relaxed, you can keep a little bit of knee bend if it is feeling very tight. The leg is easily straight, you can fold in just that little bit closer in towards the shin. Great, so bend back into the knee. So the next thing we're going to do, I'll turn to face you. So we're going to be in a high kneeling position. Just take the right leg out to the side and then bend the right knee, coming into a side lunge. So you've got your right toes pointing the same direction of the knee, and then the left leg is just out behind. Bring the right hand slightly inside of the knee, just to stop it dropping forwards, and then just gently pulse in and out. So this is opening the hip. So just working to free up the whole area, the pelvis, the hips, lengthening out the muscles in the legs as well. Next time you're in that bent knee position, just holding there. Soften. Bring the hands down inside of the right leg. And then we're going to explore straightening the right leg out again. So again, just take it to as straight a position as works for you. Now your chest is facing a little bit more diagonal over to the left now. And we're going to simultaneously walk the hands forwards and at the same time pull the hip back. So it's sort of an opposing stretch. Quite a big hamstring stretch, particularly the outer hamstrings. So again, really just not overdoing it. Be kind to yourself. Walk the hands back in. Bend the knee, bring the knee back in. And then we'll do the other side. So start from that high kneeling position. Take left leg out to the side. And then turning the toes out, bend the knee, finding that side lunge. So bring the left hand just inside of the knee, and then we'll take that bit of a pulsing motion. Next time you're in the lunge, just stay there, a few breaths. Soften, place the hands down. Straighten the left leg fully or partially. So now we're facing a little bit more diagonally to the right. Start to walk the hands in that diagonal direction, simultaneously pulling the hip back. Start to walk the hands back in, bend in towards the knee. And then just be seated, and we'll take the legs out into a wider straddle, so comfortably wide for you. And then just take a bend into the right knee. Place the left hand on the leg, reach the right arm up and take a side bend. So reach the top arm up and over towards sort of the wall at the side of the room, turning the chest as up to the ceiling as is possible. Slowly coming up, and then we'll swap. So lengthen out right leg, bringing in the left. Place right hand on the leg, reach left arm up. Take a side bend over, reaching again to the opposite side of the room. Try not to tip forwards. Keep the arm next to the ear so you can peek out underneath it up towards the ceiling. And then slowly rising, straighten out the left leg, so both legs are straight in the straddle. I'm going to take a forward fold. So just place the hands on the floor in front, lift the chest. We'll try and avoid as much rounding as possible here. So lean with the chest, just walk the hands forwards. So they might only go forwards a few centimetres. Over time, you might get the forearms down. Again, still having that intention of lifting the chest. And as you get more flexible, then the chest gets closer, you can hold the legs and you can go all the way down. Just take a couple of breaths. And then slowly come back up. Bring the legs in, maybe plant the feet, just about sort of just wider than hip width. Have a bit of a knee sway, a bit of a deer antler flow, just to release any tension in the hips. Nice, and then we'll come back around onto all fours. And then we'll bring the right foot back up in between the hands. So revisiting that lunge position. This time, place the left hand down. And then see if you can bend the left knee and reach the right hand back to hold the left foot. If you can't grab the foot, then until you've built up that mobility, you might use a belt or a strap. And if you've got hold of the foot or the strap, just encourage the heel closer into the bottom. So big lengthening for the front of the left leg. That's it, gently let go of the left leg and then we'll move to the other side. So take the right leg back, bringing the left leg forwards. So finding the lunge, place the right hand down for support, turning to the left, maybe reach back, either with a strap or just holding with your hand, take hold of the foot, then you're encouraging the heel in a little bit closer. Nice, release the foot back down. One more thing, right leg forwards, so back in the lunge, this time the hands are inside of the right foot. Firmly place the left hand down, bring the right hand onto the knee or the thigh. You might turn the foot out slightly, sink the left hip closer to the floor, sort of gently encourage the knee away from you so you can roll onto the outer edge of the foot if that feels good. Sort of opening into the hips as well. Release, and then we'll do the other side. So bring the left foot to the outside of the hands a little wider. Place the left hand onto the knee, turn the toes out slightly, press the knee away, sink the right hip a little bit closer to the floor. Nice, coming back to centre, and then just bring the hands down, be in a 4-point kneeling, tuck the toes, and then lift the hips up. We'll take a bit of a downward dog, that's a really good hamstring stretch, so create that upside down V shape. Press the heels in the direction of the floor, so they may not touch the floor, that takes time, and you can have a little bit of knee bend if the backs of the legs feel really tight. Press the chest back to the thighs, maybe have a little bit of a foot pedal while you're here. It's a really good way of lengthening the back of the body, downward facing dog. And then from there, just walk the hands back towards the feet. Take a bit of a dangly fold, perhaps hold opposite elbows, a little bit of a sway. And if you're deeper in the fold, you can hook around your big toes and just encourage the chest closer to the thighs that way. And then just releasing out, and then see how you get on with that. Let me know, and maybe we can add some stuff onto it in the future.